Hi everybody, it's Judy. Today is Wednesday, November 4th, and this is my 1 week post-op video. Just to give you a refresher, I am 52 years old and I live in Bolingbrook, Illinois. My starting weight for my liquid diet was 241.5. Day of surgery, my weight was 228.5. So I lost a total of 13 pounds on the liquid diet, which I'm very pleased with. Like I said, my surgery was October 28th. I was released on the 29th. And when I got home, I stepped on the scale and I gained 9 pounds from the fluid through the IV and the antibiotics and such. So I had a gain of 9 pounds. Well, I am very proud to say that today, 1 week later, I have lost those 9 pounds. I am back down to 228.5, and now I can start from scratch. I was wearing a size 26 jeans. My tops were either double extra large, some triple extra large, depending on the maker, because sizes are different from different people who make the different styles of clothes. So as of today, I am back down to my 228.5. My surgery on October 28th started at 7:30 in the morning. I was to be there at 5:15, which I was. My mother and my sister met my husband and I there, so that was very nice of them to show up. Very supportive. I talked to the anesthesiologist. He came in pretty much to tell me, what's going to go on, and he wanted to, since I never had surgery before, since I was a child I had my tonsils out, but since then I've never had any surgeries, knock on wood. But he wanted to see the shape of my mouth for the breathing tube. And so he had me open my mouth and say ah, and he looked in there. And then he had me stretch my neck up, and he kind of measured with his fingers. And he just kind of went, eh. And I said, what does that mean? And he says, well, since you've never had a breathing tube in you, it might be a little difficult because I have an overbite. He says, we're going to try it. He says, it may be difficult, but we're going to try it. So then at around, I don't know, maybe 7 o'clock, 7:10, my surgeon came in, Dr. Woodard. By the way, my surgery was at Central DuPage Hospital in Winfield, Illinois. And Dr. Woodard came in and reassured me everything is going to go fine. If he finds a hiatal hernia, he's going to fix that. Just pretty much told me afterwards, I'm going to take it easy, rest and keep the stitches covered up until, the best I can so that they heal properly. So at about 7:30, 7:40, the anesthesiologist came back in and he says, okay, it's time to go. So my mother and my sister were kissing me goodbye and say see you later, and my husband kissed me goodbye. And as soon as they left the room, the anesthesiologist started injecting that happy stuff. And no sooner did they leave the room, I said, oh, I'm beginning to feel that. And he says, you are? And I said, yeah. And that's the last thing I remember until they were waking me up, going into recovery. It was just that simple. And I remember coming into the recovery room, they were saying, Judy, wake up, it's over, you're fine, And I still had the breathing tube in my mouth, and I remember I was panting. And I kept reaching over, and they slapped the hand down. I reached over, and they slapped the hand down. And finally they said it was either take a deep breath or breathe something, cough, but they just ripped it out. And then they put what I call a breathing treatment. They put the mask in, and it has some medication in a bag or whatever, and it's like a mist, and you're breathing it in. I think that's to clear out your lungs, I'm not sure, but I remember having that on my face and them telling me to take deep breaths. So I did that, and my breathing returned to normal. And then they sent somebody down, and I'm not sure why they do this, but they had to take blood out of an artery. And so I don't know if you can see this very well, but they did. The one gentleman tried, but he wasn't very successful. He took 2 tries, and he couldn't do it. So he said, I only stick people twice. I'm sending somebody else down. So they sent another lady down, and she got it out of this arm, but she did it in 1 try. And I don't know why the gentleman couldn't get it, but it had to be out of an artery. I don't know why they do that. Also, prior to surgery, I had a blood thinner, Lovenox. They gave me a shot of that. I was in recovery maybe an hour or so, maybe an hour and a half. And then they wheeled me up to my room. My throat was very dry. It was horribly dry. It was hoarse. I could tell when I was trying to speak. I had a sore throat and almost like I had laryngitis kind of thing. But the very next day I was fine. That first day after surgery, I could only take I think I had like 6 teaspoons of broth. That's all I really could tolerate. And I started to feel queasy, and I said, I really don't want any more. So, and other than that, I was just drinking water. So I guess with all the fluids that I was drinking and the IV, I gained 9 pounds, which is really a bummer, but because it took me a week to get it back off. Not that it was hard, but still I had to get those 9 pounds off, and now I can start declaring my weight, my weight loss. So every day gets better. By day, well, I had to have my husband help me in and out of a chair. Not really into the chair, but trying to get out of the chair. And my doctor specified he didn't want me like sitting in a chair with my feet hanging down. He wanted me in like a recliner with my feet up. That way it keeps the circulation going. You don't get blood clots. You're supposed to do ankle circles like every hour. Do ankle circles. They give you that little breathing mechanism. You inhale it and keep the ball up, and then it drops, and inhale it, keeps the ball up and drops. So you do that. But like I said, every day gets easier. I believe by day 3 or day 4, I was able to get up out of a chair by myself without feeling the pulling of the muscles in the abdomen. I still get up and walk around as much as I can. I believe it was Saturday morning, which was day 4, I want to say. My husband and I went out. I was tired of being cooped up in the house. So we went to Bed Bath & Beyond and just walked around there, looked at all the items. Then after that we went grocery shopping. I felt fine. Sometimes a little tug or a pain in my shoulder. I usually get it in my right shoulder. I don't get it in my left shoulder. But I was out for like an hour and a half, and I felt good. And so I want to show you my battle scars. They're still covered up by the bandages. I have like they're white tape, and then the doctor had, or the surgeon had, band-aids going across lengthwise. And he says you can take the ones off lengthwise, but not the ones that are vertical, because my stitches are on the inside and they're dissolvable. So I'm not going to have any stitches removed or staples taken out, anything like that. So I'm going to show you my scars, or my stitches. I don't know if you can see it, but I have one right here. I have another one right there. You can see that. Let's see. This one right here. I don't know how well you can see that. This is my port site right here. And then I also have one right over here. These little strips are starting to come off. Every time I shower they get looser and looser. So that's it. That's my 1 week post-op. I am back down to 228.5, and I will vlog again next week. I'm going to catch up on all the videos I've been missing, so I'll catch up. Thanks everybody. Thanks to all new subscribers. I appreciate it. Thanks for all your comments, well wishes, prayers. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you guys. Take care. Bye.